What's going on, guys? We are pulling back today in the crypto markets. Bitcoin right now, as we speak, down 1.5%. Stock market down just slightly. Altcoins are down with Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin is the driver of this market. And if Bitcoin pumps, we can expect the altcoins to be pumping with it or shortly after. If Bitcoin dumps, very similar things will happen in the altcoin markets. We're going to be talking about a few altcoins in this video as well, such as Stellar Lumens. Let's see what the price target is for Stellar Lumens. Onyxcoin, see what the updates are for XCN, as well as Virtual's Protocol, which was a request by one of my viewers, and see what's going on in this market. If you guys are new to my channel, you guys should know that I dive deep into the charts every day and see if and find the moves before they actually happen, because let's face it, that's a lot less risky than chasing a pump on the day of, okay? If you guys ever actually chased a pump on the day of, let me know how that worked out. I'm sure it could be a lot better. Now, if you guys do want to learn technical analysis and charts, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment on this video, as I will get you guys up to speed and you guys can actually see this market a lot more clearly for yourself. And if you guys have any requests for any altcoins in this market or any coins in this market, just comment in the comment section below. I will pick one to do every day for you guys. Let's go ahead and go to Bitcoin and see what's going on in this market right now. So Bitcoin, pull back, down almost about 1.5%. All right, running within this falling wedge pattern on this hourly time frame. Zoom out a little bit. Falling wedges tend to break to the upside, okay? And if it does, we do have a price target for Bitcoin here. Take the measurement of the opening of the pattern, put it on top of an expected or estimated breakout point. That will give us about a 110, almost 111K price target for Bitcoin if it breaks to the upside. Gotta be also considering the downside as well, because that could still happen. If Bitcoin starts breaking about this level right here, about 107K on some of these shorter time frames, that would not be looking good for Bitcoin in the short term, okay? Because what I'm looking at here is a potential cup and handle that could be still forming. Come over here to the daily time frame. I think this is going to be the next likely support for Bitcoin. And of course, if you're holding altcoins, you definitely want to be paying attention to this as well, because if Bitcoin dumps, you can expect the altcoins to be dumping, okay? Now, right here, daily time frame, daily 21 SMA coming up. That is the next likely level of support if Bitcoin continues pulling back. And this support has not been hit for quite some time, so I expect it to be pretty strong support. That is purely my opinion, okay? None of what I'm saying here in this video is financial advice, of course. And potential, that is what I see as potential buy the dip opportunity, right? If I have dry powder. But right now, I'm pretty deep into the markets right now, unless I am able to actually take some profits from my positions. I mean, you know, but I'm eyeing that opportunity if I have dry powder. That is what that's what I'm seeing. Okay. Now that is coming up. You know, that's coming up pretty shortly. 106K daily 21 SMA. Now, I can actually, illustrate an example here why that could be a pretty strong support, right? Because if you guys actually take a look, this is the 12-hour time frame. Blue line is the 12-hour 21 SMA, and that has been support for the price action for quite some time. And this is the third time we're actually on that support. So as you hit the support more than once, it becomes weaker. Same thing with resistance. Okay, if you hit the resistance more and more, it becomes weaker. Okay, so let's go over here to Ethereum just real quick. Want to recap what I talked about yesterday on the altcoins charts and see if we can get some idea on where on when the altcoins could potentially pump, right? So 4 hour time frame, I talked about this. 4 hour cup and handle pattern still intact. Ethereum, if it breaks out of this pattern where, and it usually does, to the upside, um price target just shy of 3200. Very similar chart for total 3. Okay, we're looking at this cup and handle still, right? And to me, this cup and handle is still intact. And the price target is going to be about just right above $1 trillion market cap for total 3, which could do some pretty significant pumps for some of these smaller altcoins. Of course, all of this is going to be given that that Bitcoin does not dump. Okay, that's very important. Let's take a look into virtuals protocol and see what we can be looking at here. This is virtual USDT, and it's a fairly new market. Okay, it, at least according to this chart here, it just came into the market about May 2024. Okay, that was a rough market to be if you guys have been around since. Not that long ago. Okay, monthly time frame. We don't have a monthly RSI reading yet, but very important to be paying attention to a monthly RSI reading as the bull cycle goes on, especially for some of these altcoins that already have data there. Weekly time frame. Okay, weekly time frame, it looks like it still has a higher low, right? It is working on a higher high right now. And and if when virtual actually comes back up to about this point right here, this previous resistance at about 525, it could potentially form some type of cup and handle, right? If it does, right? It is not established. It's still got quite a bit of way to go, right? If it does, we'll come back here and revisit this chart if enough of you guys want to see it. So make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, letting me know that you guys want to see it. And if enough people want to see it, I'll bring you guys an update. All right, weekly time frame. That's what I'm looking at. Daily time frame. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit, see if we can get any kind of clues on where this price action could be going. This looks like it was some type of a cup and handle here, right? A smaller one. And it looks like it has actually broken out of that pattern. That resistance was at about, I'm just going to say to be even, $2.25 resistance, okay? Let's take a look into the 4-hour time frame. It looks like it's retesting that resistance here. Now, the price target out of this cup and handle pattern, where you take the measurements of the resistance all the way down to the bottom of the pattern, and that will give you a price target of about $2.90 virtual USDT. Now, price targets are estimates only. It could be more, it could be less, and there could be fake outs where the price action just breaks right back into the pattern and validates the breakouts. So something to just be keeping in mind of, because nothing in this market is 100%, and shit could happen, pretty randomly. Okay, that is just how this market works. That's how life works. All right, so that is what I'm seeing. Let's take a look into the 2-hour time frame. 2-hour time frame. Okay, after this breakout, falling wedge pattern, which usually breaks to the upside. If it does, by this point, price target is going to give you about $2.50, a little bit above that, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for virtual USDT. Let's take a look into Stellar. XLM, see what's going on in this market since last time. Alright, not much has really gone on because if we actually take a look into total 3 chart, nothing has really gone on. There has been some pretty good pumps for the past, I would say, about 8 weeks of Bitcoin pumping, right? Has been a few good pumps, but we are not officially in altcoin season yet. We're really looking for Bitcoin to break out of that 110K mark with a solid breakout. I know we had a little bit of a head fake last week, but right now still not there yet. Okay. I think altcoins are just waiting for that to happen. Until then, we're gonna see some pretty boring price action. Now, weekly time frame, Stellar, XLM, price target is still going to be about 60, just right above 60 cents here. Okay, the price action still valid after this breakout. Okay, could it come back to retest this upward trend line some more? Let's take a look and zoom in to see what the price action could be doing. Okay, this is the daily time frame. Daily time frame, rising channel, usually breaks to the downside. It did. Price target, downside price target, about 24 cents. Let's see if this price action will go all the way there. I do that by zooming in to the lower time frames. But right now, it looks like we are probably still seeing a higher low somewhere. Okay, maybe the 12-hour. No. Okay, no, we actually don't have a higher low anywhere since the breakdown of this rising channel pattern here. So let's see if I can get a clue on what type of pattern this could be forming. There is no particular pattern right now, actually. Could this be a falling wedge? Let's give this a try. Okay. No, this is not. This is more of a descending triangle pattern, which is usually a bearish pattern. Okay? Now, descending triangle patterns usually break to the downside. A lot of these patterns you can ask ChatGPT or probably an AI tool and just get to learn the details for yourself. If this descending triangle pattern does break down, where the support right now is about 28 cents, just shy of that. If it breaks down, this will give you a steeper price target down to about 22 cents. So, very important to just be doing the ABCs, which is always be charting. That's what I do, okay, just to see where the price action could be turning around, could be taking a turn, could be continuing. That answers quite a bit of questions if you just, chart these for yourself. All right. So let's take a look into Onyxcoin and see what's going on in this market. Onyxcoin. I think we had we talked about this and we had a falling wedge on the price action charts, on the daily charts, and the price target for Onyxcoin is about just right above 3 cents there, price target. Broke out of this falling wedge and it formed a smaller one, which is not uncommon to see, right? Throughout my past couple of years of trading, it breaks out of a pattern and forms a similar pattern. In this case, a falling wedge. And in this case, the price target out of that smaller falling wedge, it's going to give us a price target of about 2.2 cents if it breaks out by this point. Very important to be keeping track of this. I'm not trading this coin right now, but I have traded this coin on leverage, and I'm open to trading this coin on leverage again. It's a bigger altcoin. That tells me it's a little bit safer to trade, especially when Bitcoin is consolidating, right? It won't go down 30-50% like the smaller altcoins. So there's going to be a time to trade bigger altcoins in my strategy and smaller altcoins. So this is definitely something I will be keeping an eye out on. Now, this basically wraps it up for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, requests. I will see you guys on the next one, and have a great day.